Welcome to another video. You know that saving money is important, but with your current income, you might think it's impossible. It is true that when you earn a lot of money, saving up is easy. But how can you do that with low income? In this video, I'll tell you the 7 quick tips to save money when you're broke. Before we get started, don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more smart money concepts. Number 1. Lowering your housing costs. Renting or having your own house is the largest monthly payment. Financial experts suggest that your total rent or mortgage payments, including your bills, should only be 35% or less of your monthly after-tax income. Though this is the largest expense, there are also many ways to save on housing costs, giving you an opportunity to save up even though you have low income. So let's see how we can reduce the housing costs for renters and homeowners. For renters, there are a lot of ways to reduce costs, like finding a lower-priced place. Maybe you can look for a smaller apartment or a single room in a friend's house. But maybe you love your place and don't want to move? Some of the effective strategies can include negotiating an exchange for your services like renovations, rent reduction, or even agreeing to sign a long-term lease to give your landlord-tenant security. When I was renting, I exchanged some of my services like business advice and personal coaching in exchange for a few bucks off my rent. It's like bartering for goods and services that saved me thousands of dollars over the course of my lease. It even allowed me to save money in the long run. For a homeowner, probably moving isn't the best choice. But to lower your housing costs, simple ways like turning the lights off if it's not too dark and reducing the water usage can be helpful. But one of the best ways to reduce your costs and get extra income is by renting out a room in your home. I'm sure that by now you've heard of Airbnb. People are incredibly anxious to try new places before they buy, and this is one of the most lucrative ways for homeowners to offset their costs. In fact, the rent fee can cover some of your bills and gives you the chance to put a little money into your piggy bank. Avoiding debts. To save money, you have to stay away from debts. In 2 ways, debts can discourage you. First, you have to prepare to pay your creditor on a monthly basis, so that means you have to have more money in your pocket. Second, debt means interest charges. Credit interests usually range from 3 to 24% depending on your personal credit. So if you borrowed $10,000, you'll be paying over $25 to $40 a month. It seems like it's next to nothing when compounded monthly. But when you add up all your repayments and interests, you'll start to see how carrying debt can make saving on a low income a challenge. In March of 2019, credit cards reported that the average interest rate on credit cards is 17.65%. It means that getting into debt is an expensive misery. So if you're carrying the average credit card debt balance for you as adults of $6,340, your annual interest payment to credit card companies is about $1,020.42. To save on a low income, you have to avoid debt, and especially those that are associated with even moderate interest charges. Number 3. Limiting entertainment costs. Does having fun need to cost a lot of money? A lot of fun can come at a hefty cost, like eating out at nice and expensive restaurants, hitting the bar after work with work friends, going to the movie theater every time a new movie of your favorite artist comes out, and other expenses related to leisure time off. These can make a huge dent in our budget. Fortunately, having fun doesn't always have to be expensive. We can think of some alternatives to still have fun. When I was younger, my entertainment was going out to the club with my friends, bar hopping, and buying drinks. Most nights I spent $100 without noticing it, but as I grew older, I started focusing on increasing my wealth. But I didn't cut off spending time with my friends, so we brainstormed on how we can have fun without spending too much. My favorite thing to do is going for walks with my friends in the park or playing cornhole in the backyard. And rather than eating at a restaurant, we've decided to have potluck dinner parties at home. Instead of going to the theater, we watch movies at a friend's house who has a Netflix account. You can still have fun without spending every dime you have. Number 4. Understanding your wants versus needs. Sometimes spending money makes us feel good, especially if we've been wanting this thing for a long time. But if you have a low income and want to save, you need to know your wants and needs. This is a huge life lesson. For example, you want to upgrade your phone to the newest model, but your phone is still in great condition. Maybe you're planning on going to a party and wanting to buy new clothes, but you still have a bunch of clothes at home. If you want to save, you have to be careful spending your money. So how would we distinguish needs from wants? You can classify survival items like food, clothes, shelter, and transportation in their basic forms as needs. Basic forms? Yes. So a Ferrari is a means of transportation, but riding a bus can get you where you want to, right? Wants are basically anything that falls outside your needs group. These are things that you already own, like getting a phone that is a little better than your current phone. It seems like buying your needs is a little boring, but it doesn't mean that you're spending to your bare minimum forever. It's just getting the ones you need right now. But if you want to spend lavishly on something, here's a suggestion. You can set a financial goal you want, like $1,000. Once you've hit that, you can purchase the items you've been desiring to buy. This has two benefits. First, it helps you get used to planning financial goals. Second, it gives you the time to reconsider if you really want the item. Most of the time, people purchase items impulsively, which can later result in buyer's remorse. So, budgeting your low income can help you determine your wants and needs. Helpful ideas to save money, huh? Well, we've got more information for you. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to get notified whenever we post a new video. Number 5. Spending wisely on groceries. In general, families spend nearly $1,000 a month on groceries, which is one of the highest monthly expenses we typically incur. But you can plan it out. With the strategies I'm about to share with you, you can cut your grocery expenses in half. The first thing you should do is to plan your meals ahead of time. This is not only beneficial for your health, it's great for your budget too. Believe it or not, as a society, we waste a lot of food. A 2018 study in Science Daily found that in America alone, an individual wastes on average 1 pound of food a day. Grocery departments would definitely see big savings if this could be avoided. Besides that, planning ahead will allow you to buy foods that are on sale. Imagine this, if your weekly grocery bill is around $250, then you buy food on sale, it can easily shrink to $200 or even less. You can save more for next time's grocery shopping. The second step is to eat less meat. I'm not saying that you have to be a vegetarian, but because some meats are way too expensive, maybe you can find some cheap alternatives like beans or vegetables. The final tip is to only bring cash when going to the grocery store. Seeing all the food, people often feel hungry when they go to grocery stores. As a result, they eagerly fill their shopping carts, which is facilitated by the seemingly endless ability to spend on credit. To avoid that from happening, just bring enough cash for the items you really need. Number 6. Practicing zero-based budgeting. When you hear zero-based budgeting, are you thinking of spending every single dollar you make? Well, this tip is not like that. It involves allocating your income towards each of your expenses, then putting any amount left in your savings or investment accounts. I'll share with you an example to explain this budgeting method. Imagine your after-tax income is $2,000 a month. Using zero-based budgeting, you would allocate this entire $2,000 towards your monthly expenses like rent, car payments, gas, groceries, and entertainment. Sometimes we end the list here, but it is nice to add a line for your savings too. Once this list is complete, you would then allocate your entire $2,000 to each item. That means you're forced to put part of your income into savings. This method is effective as long as you stick to your initial budget. If you do so, your bank balance will surely grow. Number 7. Automating your savings. And now we reach the final step. Automating your savings ensures that you can and will save money. This can be the best thing you can do with your finances. Set up an automated deduction from your pay with your employer. This will allow you to put a certain amount from your paycheck directly into a savings account. You can allocate 10% of your after-tax income to your savings account. Over time, you can increase it up to about 20% and double your monthly savings. But what if you're self-employed, you may ask? Well, even though it's a bit more difficult, when you don't know when or where the next dollar is coming from, because you're your own boss, you still need to pay yourself first using the same scenario as I just described. You need to ensure that you're taking care of yourself when a paycheck finally does come in, no matter your business. Secondly, then you won't always have to think about having to save, so you can focus on the more important things in life. So, by having effective saving techniques, you can make more money, save more money, and be free from worries about money. Doesn't that sound great? Well, there you have it, the 7 quick tips to save money when you're broke or on low income. Okay, before you start choosing the best tips, you should click the like and subscribe buttons now to make sure that you don't miss our next video. Thanks for watching Smart Money Concepts.